So in today's video, we are going to build ourselves like a very cool gadget. It's like the Sharpin version number 3. So let's open it up, let's put it together, because that is something you need to do. It's more like a DIY kit, it's super easy to make, but let's talk about the other models, because I have reviewed basically every single model when it comes to the Sharpin. Okay, so I really love myself virtual pinball, and I think these tiny ones are absolutely great. The first one I back in the day released was a 3D printed version, let's say version number 1. The general idea, it's still exactly the same, but he did some improvements. For example, different encoder board, different control inputs, like all these minor things he's changed. When I got like the prototype, and I must say that the idea, I really liked it. He didn't give me any tablet whatsoever, so I implemented a cheap tablet from China that cost around $80. The experience in overall was not the same like I'm having now with the new version. It was just like an easy thing you can pick up. It was 3D printed, included some stickers. You didn't need to do any DIY besides like assemble the encoder board in the position you really like, configure the buttons and slide in your tablet. That's it with the first version, and when it came, let's say, to the version number 2, there it was going to be very interesting. The original Sharpin was basically like a DIY kit, and with version number 2 we were basically getting the same kind of product, only this time it was mini. The version 2 was very easily assembled and I really enjoyed myself with it. It took me, let's say, a couple of hours recording and assembly because I just take stuff really slow to do. But when it comes to the overall product, I really liked it. It was like a very premium feeling compared with the first model. But now, with the version number 3, let's talk about that. But let's take a close look at the Sharpin Mini version number 3. So I'm just going to be honest, they did improve a lot of things. I like minor things, but things that I particularly really like. Okay, so the first thing is like, did they improve this piece of wood? It looks so much better now with the special coating. You can still see a little bit of fingerprints, but not like that horrible what we had with the first edition. But if you're going to play the machine with a little bit of let's say, greasy hands, you can see the difference over here. Yeah, a significant difference, because sometimes it's very difficult to clean these things up. The decals at the side look absolutely amazing. I must say that I personally have like a preference when it comes to the older version. They have like more like a matte finish and also using different kind of quality. But the sticker quality when it comes to the sticky part is absolutely great. I did mess it up to the other side when like cutting it. So you need to have like a very sharp knife. So after the assembly of the encoder board, I tried to clean everything up. And personally, I don't want to give myself too much credit, but I think I did a great job when it comes to that, because everything looks clean and very simple. The only thing I'm still figuring out is that how we can basically like manage to charge and play at the same time. We're only having like one port over here. So basically this thing is getting this power from the tablet so we can play for some time, but I just want to find a way that you can just put it on your desk. It's portable this way, but it will drain your battery a little bit faster due of the encoder board. It's not using a lot of extra power, but it is using some power, so it will have like a less lifespan when it comes to the overall gameplay. The bigger Sharpin, but also this mini version, runs on Android. The convenient thing is when you're using like a tablet with touchscreen, we can actually use every single function. With the previous model, we need to use, let's say, the side buttons to navigate through the menu. Yeah, using the wrong, pressing the wrong buttons. We don't need to do that, or using an external remote, we can just use the touchscreen. I think that is very cool, and it gives like an extra dimension, because some of the games will have like the need of the touch somewhere to activate the game. I think Zen Pinball is basically the #1 game that you should play on a machine like this. Take consideration, we do have like some limitation, because they are using some older Zen Pinball. Physical and also like graphical wise, it looks amazing and it plays great on my tablet, at least the one I'm having over here. I bought every single table so far, the ones I really like. So what I do, like if you're going to activate this on a separate account, you can use this account on different kind of machines. So the thing I'm having like a couple of like Sharpin machines, and you can just play Zen Pinball every single table. I think it's pretty damn cool. So actually playing this machine is a lot of fun. So the extra addition when it comes to the tablet, it also has vibration function in the insides. So when playing, you also have like the vibration, gives like a better and a little bit better, let's say, dimension when it comes to the gameplay. The other buttons need to be mapped for some of the games for having like the notch. But when you're playing this game, I don't feel any input like whatsoever, or at least so minimal, I don't really notice it at all. Of course, you really need to get used to the physics of the pinball tables, But I don't know when you're going to play with this, it's so much fun, and I really love the tables that are available when it comes to the Pinball FX. And again, the vibration function, maybe you can even hear it on the microphone, it's so much fun. But how is the display of the tablet I'm getting? It's quite nice. It is a beautiful display they're using inside this cheaper tablet, but I can tell you there is one thing you need to take consideration. So when you're going to put it on like a certain angle, it will be like a little bit darker than the thing you really want. Also, of course, it's quite difficult to show you because this thing is glossy as craziness. But the thing is, when you're holding it at the front, you can see like there is a little bit of a difference when having like playing it on an angle. I just wanted to point it out, so take that in consideration. There are a lot of cool tables on the Zen Pinball. One of the things is like this isn't quite dark table, maybe not the best example out there. But if you're going to spend a couple of hundred of, let's say, euros or dollars on a device like this, they consider you also need to buy a couple of tables before you have like a lot of hours of fun. But again, this is just like a fun novelty to get in your collection. Pinball Deluxe is basically going back to the basics when it comes to virtual pinball, and I can tell you this is such a fun game. So another fun cool thing what I love about this like piece of, let's say, app, you can just like implement like different kind of configurations when it comes to your controls. So I have like the flipper set over here, but this thing isn't configured correctly, like everything is messed up. So if you just want to like mess around with it, the thing you need to do, go to the settings over here. Then over here we have the input, go to gamepad. Then we have like the power ball. If you want to set it to a certain button, it's not needed because we have like the touchscreen. But let's say plunger, we need to set it to the button over here. For the right one, the tiny one you don't see is over here. And let's see what we're having over here. We have the left notch and the right notch. Alright, so I think everything has been set up. Let's double check it. There we go. Alright, everything has been configured. The notch. Let's go all the way back. Let's play. Let's see if the notch is working. I think you need to play before. The vibration function is not like aggressive like with the Zen Pinball. Maybe you can mess around with that too. But this is such a fun game. It's super basic. And already messing it up. So the audio itself, it's okay. Simply because when you're listening to it, when it's open, you have a way better like sound coming from the tablet itself. But I've noticed when you're going to put it on your position like this, the audio quality is less. So there's a little bit of a bummer. What you can basically do is like getting yourself like external audio. That is one of the options. It's not like super portable then, but okay, it's still one of the ways to go to. Beyond this, please. But when you're looking at the Sharpin Mini, it's a quite interesting development when I'm looking at the first model up to all the way number 3. I just say it's like I really like what you're doing over there. It's a really cool fun gadget to have in the collection. But of course, depending how you just love playing virtual pinball, because this is not for everybody. And again, like how seriously you need to take it, because it's just a fun way to play, a different way, but not like the ultimate way. Let me know in the comments what you think of this version number 3. Thank you for watching, consider subscribing, hit the little bell, and it would be great to see you in the next one.